My name is Jerome, and my testimony of how I'm being transformed and changed through attending and becoming a part of the body at Church of New Wine is before attending and coming together with the family here, I've never had a pastor who really poured out his time, his energy, efforts, and really his life in hopes of others receiving the gospel. I've never really had a spiritual covering like this. People have made the decision to deny themselves and the world and turn from sin in pursuit of Jesus. And when I come together with them, it's like I get to partake in the grace that they've already received. In a sense, they've paved the way for me to make the decisions that Jesus is calling me to make. Another very important part of my transformation in attending this congregation is the calling that Jesus has put upon my life, and the gifts that he has given me becomes more clear, and being provided the opportunities to present those gifts to Christ and to his body.
Hey, I'm Madison, and it took me a while to come to Church of New Wine. My husband had been coming before I was. I never really knew why it took me so long, but once I stepped foot in here, I realized that the enemy definitely did not want me here, because this is a very powerful ministry. It has taught me so much about how to be a servant of the Lord, and also how to worship him in spirit and truth.
One of the things that really stood out to me from attending Church of New Wine in the very beginning was constantly being told that this walk with God isn't about you or your kingdom, your life being better. It's all about him and living for him and being a servant and being about his kingdom and his will. That was something I never heard of in other churches. I was always told the opposite. Not until I came to Church of New Wine did I truly learn the meaning of denying yourself, picking up your cross, and following after him. That's what you really receive here is discipleship. It's all about his kingdom and his will, and we hear this all the time because that is never going to change. That's what really set me free. And the Bible says where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. You can truly get set free from your own bondage that you put yourself in, or even what others have deceived you with. You'll be told the truth and nothing but the truth.
So before I started coming to Church of New Wine, I felt like I was walking with the Lord. I was active in the church that I was going to. I was paid staff as a children's pastor. I was volunteering, I was donating, I was, speaking to people about God, but I was definitely missing something. And I didn't realize it at the time. I was focused on fleshly things. Although I felt like it was for the Lord, it was me being a better person, my kids being a better wife, my husband being better. That was my intent and motive. I wasn't considering anything in the spirit. It was definitely in God, but focused on my flesh. And when I started coming to New Wine and I started hearing the truth spoken from the pulpit, and just seeing the Spirit of God move, I realized that not all at once, slowly over time, the Lord revealed those things to me.
I've been coming to Church of New Wine for about a year now. I've been a Christian most of my life, but I just never knew how messed up I was until I was shown that I wasn't putting God first in every area of my life. I really never let him have say on what I do. I just did what I knew how to do. One thing I love about this church is that they teach us how to kill our flesh, and they teach us how to live by God's mercy and also by his grace. Another thing I love about this church is that it's spirit-filled. It's not over until God says it's over. I also love how my pastor just keeps it real all the way around. Whatever God tells him to say, he says. And it's all Bible-based. That's one of my favorite things about this church, is just getting to know the Word the right way. We are very blessed to have a pastor like we do.
I started coming to this church because I was invited by a friend, and I've never stopped coming. I like the word that was given my first day. It really, related to the things that I was going through in my life. at the time and still currently are battling. I like the word, the way it's given every time that I come here. You know, the Spirit of Jesus is moving in here, so that's why I come to this church, because I know God is coming to this church.